Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek and you're watching the second video of the Noob Code. In the last video, we talked about creating reusable tooltips. So if you haven't watched it yet, please do give it a shot. I'll have the link posted in description. So anyways, what we're going to build today, I'm pretty much excited about it. There isn't much about it on the internet, so I've implemented it in my own way. I find it pretty cool. I hope you find it too. So let's reveal it then. I would like to call it shining elements or the CSS shine effect. It's basically the shine effect you see on metals when light hits them. Now, when I hover on the black button, you can see a shine on it. This is our effect and we'll be building it today. The rest of this beautiful design template we'll be covering in future videos. Every item and finally the whole template. To achieve our effect, we'll be using CSS gradients and animation. Gradients, they help you realize backgrounds with two or more colors and smooth transitions between them. There are two kinds of gradients, linear and radial. We'll be using linear for our purpose. In this screen, you can see that they have created backgrounds using only red and yellow colors. And you can notice the smooth transitions. Coming to animations, as the name suggests, it helps you animate various CSS properties with custom delays, durations, timing functions, etc. For example, in this screen, they're animating the background color for 4 seconds. The keyframes keyword you see, it is responsible for creating the animation by setting what CSS properties will be changed and when they will be changed. Here, they're changing the background color across 4 different stages of the animation life cycle, starting from 0 to 25%, 50, and so on up to 100%. I'll have the necessary references mentioned in the description. So now spoken a lot, let's get straight to the code. I already have the pre-required HTML and CSS setup, so let's start creating our button first, giving some random text to it. Then we'll define the button type and also add a generic name for our button class. So now let's quickly move to the CSS and set all the styles for our button. The padding will come first. So this is a padding shorthand. That's there for the horizontal padding value and then the vertical padding value. Next, we are setting the color. Then we want a large button, so we'll set a minimum width and then we'll also increase the font size. I do not want any borders with my button, so I'll removing my borders. Also, I'll be setting a pointed cursor. Now let's quickly check our progress. Okay, button looks okay, but when I click on it, a dark outline comes. We need to remove this when the button is focused. So selecting the focus pseudo element on the button, and then I'll be setting the outline to none. Let's check it again. It's gone. But now we need some custom style to know when this button is clicked. For that, we are using box shadow. The first and the second parameters are the X and Y offset of the shadow. Then comes the blur value, then the spread value, and finally the color of the shadow. Now, when we focus on this button, we want the shadow to go away so that we can realize the click effect that the shadow is there and then the shadow is gone. So let's check that out. Okay, it is as expected. Now, we'll go to the main part of creating our shiny effect. So let's create a generic class name. Then we will set a dark background to our class so that the shine is more observed in dark backgrounds. So we'll set blue for now. Let's check it out. Okay, the black color doesn't go well. So let's change that, the text color to white. Okay, it appeals to my eye now. Now let's start creating our animation using keyframes. We'll be considering 3 stages in our animation life cycle: 0%, 50%, and 100%. And at each and at every stage, we'll be changing the background using linear gradients. So when the animation begins, we want a mix of white color and then our button color, which is blue. In the second animation, in the second stage, we want a mix of blue followed by white and then again blue. And lastly, when the animation is about to be over, we want the blue color first and then white. Please note I'm using 135 degree as my gradient direction. You may use it differently. So the animation is created. Now we need to apply it using the animation property on the button. We'll be using the animation shorthand. So the first we'll have the animation name, shiny effect. Then we'll be having the duration here 0.5 seconds, and then we'll be having the timing function. So I'll be having linear. There are other properties as well, but we do not need them. Now let's check it out. Yes, this is what we wanted. Let me now convert my button to look like a tile. For this, I'll be setting a minimum height on my button to bring a square like tile shape. I can better observe the effect on this tile if you see. So now we have achieved the sign effect. Now let us try it out for another button as well. This time we'll be having a red colored button. So we'll be needing a different class name altogether. Let us take shiny red for example. Now we need to copy all the CSS that we had used earlier for our shine effect from our previous button, the blue colored one. Then we will change the background color to red everywhere, even in the gradients. So a control H, we will convert all the blues to red in our copied styles. Then we also need to change the class name from shine to shiny red in our copied styles, even the animation name. So now let's test it. Yep, there it is. The mission is accomplished, friends. So with this, we're done with our today's video. Apply this style and flaunt your buttons. Please like it and share it with your friends and colleagues. Let me know in comments your reactions on this video. And please don't forget to subscribe the channel to get more styles and tips with my upcoming videos. Thank you. See you soon.